Hi Aries, this is just a reading for you. I'm doing timeless readings. I'm not going to put any dates on them. Whenever you watch them is when you were meant to. So whatever you were guided to watch this reading for, it can resonate with your past, present, future, or a mixture of all three. But if you watch it when I upload it or within that time frame, it may resonate with the early part of June for you. The year's 2020. Because who knows who will watch these videos. People still watch some of my old videos from like last year, so you just never know. We are going to use 3 different oracle decks and a few different tarot decks. I have the Sacred Destiny Oracle, and we're going to start with the Quantum Oracle. This deck is going to help us look into what area of life is being brought to the surface, what the universe and what your guides need you to know, what's being brought to your attention, or whatever part of your life brought you or led you to seek this reading. What are the messages for Aries? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter signs. Check your natal chart to see where those placements are in your chart. There's a link below showing you how to do so, as well as a link with a video explaining how to understand tarot readings. Deception, 7 of Events. I feel like there's another one. Thank you. 4th cycle decrease. Okay. All right, let's look at this. Interesting. This particular oracle deck has different suits. So events is one, cycles is one, and then there's 8 cards in each one, except the last one there's 5 in the cycle suit. So there's 4. Excuse me, that's 4. And then events, 149. Betrayal and manipulation, or betrayal and or manipulation. It says here, a woman works at a desk with 2 co-workers whispering behind her. There is a warning here, so beware. Things are not always what they seem. Someone close to you may not have your best interests at heart. In fact, could actually be working against you. This could be a person or people at work, or it may be a friend or family member. It could manifest as a subtle manipulation or come in the form of a significant betrayal. If you're embroiled in a legal battle, there may be information that's being hidden from you. The deception may be more personal. The deception may be a more personal one, however. Is there something you're ignoring or even lying to yourself about? Could you be betraying yourself in your choices or in the way you treat or talk to yourself? Whatever may be going on, don't panic. Whether it's an internal or outer issue, whether it's an inner or outer issue, you can stand up for yourself. You deserve honesty, respect, and support. Give these to yourself and request the same from others. Choose to act on your own behalf. As you do, you will attract increasing support. Decrease. Let's look at decrease. Cycle of reducing energy. Crystal clear water drips through a woman's cupped hands, value slipping away. Upright, this card can reveal a period of real or emotional restriction. There may be a loss of money or a need for greater expenditure than previously expected, meaning you're going to have to give more than you expected. And you may view that as a loss or a lack or something. Anyway, there may be a loss of money or a need for greater expenditure than previously expected. There could be some personal reduction as well, such as a child going off to college or getting married or moving away. In its most extreme state, decrease upright can be the severing of a relationship or the loss of a job. Don't panic. The externals may be challenging, but you still hold the power of your responses. Let yourself go inward and regroup. This is a time to let go. Choose trust and regain your strength. All systems, including nature and economy, have a time of reduction, a necessary period to gather strength for a time of transformation and expansion to come. This is true for you too. Move through this time with conscious awareness. Your inner and outer action will create an energetic shift, one that will carry you through to the joyous expansion yet to come. Okay. I'm sorry. I think while I'm reading, and that's a bad thing. So yeah, I feel like I don't know. I don't want to. There's so many different things that I get from that reading this. There's so many different angles that call out to me. I think I want to go ahead and call the Sacred Destiny. Pull the Sacred Destiny card now. I had been clarifying these first and then pulling these, but I'm gonna pull this first and then we'll start clarifying. Any messages for Aries? Any messages from the Sacred Destiny for Aries? Oh, thanks. Truth. Interesting. I love how these oracle cards have just been so on point with each other from two different decks. They've just been on point, and I can already tell this one's going to be on point. This is my first time pulling this card, but I can already tell. Let's look at Truth. Song of the Wind. That is the description of the landscape. Truth. Song of the Wind. Excuse me. Wind is in the realm of the air elements, one of the four elements of life: air, water, fire, and earth. Air takes form in the oxygen we breathe, as well as in breezes and zephyrs. It also represents our communication skills. When we speak, it is the air that passes through our mouths that allows us to speak and communicate. Wind is also prana, the source of life. The source of life. As you communicate your truth to yourself and others, you find new energy and vitality emerging within your life. Didn't this card say something similar about not lying to yourself? And as you're more honest and true with yourselves, you require that from other people. So I feel like this is just a lesson in being honest with yourself, because as within, so without. So if you feel like somebody's not being truthful to you, you have to look at self and figure out, how am I projecting this? The sacred landscape wants you to know: be honest with yourself and speak from your heart. Find your truth, listen for what is sincere and honest in others. One of the most difficult things to know is what's true for you and what isn't. Sometimes it takes sincere silence to find your inner voice of truth. But once you find it, let go of anything in your life that isn't authentic. Share your truth with others. Release relationships in which you can't be yourself and can't be real. Being genuine can allow your spirit to fly and the song of your soul to be heard in the universe. I love that. That could be why decrease is here. There could be some things you need to get rid of to make space for what truly resonates with who you are. This looks like a face. It's a strange looking face. Sorry, my nails look like crap. You can't really tell, but it looks like a weird face with a sucker in its mouth or something, like in the cheek. I don't know. We're just gonna clarify. With deception, let's see what this deception is about. Show me more about deception for Aries. Oh crap. Page of Water. It represents, I think, honesty. So I'm confused. This could be a child involved, maybe. Five of Water. Definitely some type of loss. And then the sorry, the Death card slid on out in reverse. Scorpio energy with both of these. And the Page of Water. Page of Cups. Page of Cups, Five of Cups, Death. Sorry. This is some type of change, some type of loss that was disappointing and brought in sadness, but it's being resisted or rejected, or somebody could feel rejected, or maybe you offered your love to something and you felt rejected, and there's some type of change being resisted with the Death card being in reverse. There's something that I don't know, it's rebirth, it's renewal, but it's being resisted or rejected. Show me the Death card in reverse, please. Show me Death in reverse. What is this about, the Death in reverse? The Tower and the Seven of Swords. Somebody tried to get away with something and it blew up in their face. Somebody tried to... It could have been slightly manipulative, but it could have just been like, ooh, if I do this, I can get so-and-so to do this for me. It could have been very innocent with the Page of Hearts. What the hell am I talking about? Page of Cups here. Could have been real innocent and it blew up in your face. Or if there's a shift or change that really happened really quickly and you were left with having to try to strategize and come up with a strategy, figure out what you're gonna do now because something didn't work out like you thought it would. Anything else? This is completely separate. This flew out and you gotta keep going. Is what I heard when this flew out. You gotta keep going. It's like regardless. Maybe you tried something, fell on your behind, you failed at something. Maybe you were lying or scheming or plotting or something and something didn't quite work out for you. I want to clarify the Tower. Show me the Tower. The Knight of Cups. Maybe you offered your love to someone. It didn't come out. It just showed itself. The Hanged One left you in suspension. Now maybe you made some type of sacrifice, but there's something you need to let go. Some type of change, shift. It's like you can't get over it. This Scorpio energy, Mars with the Tower card. It rules Aries and Scorpio. There was something that changed, some type of challenge or whatever it is. It caused some changes, but whatever happened from the results of this, it left you in suspension, and maybe you're scheming and plotting and trying to figure out how to get out of there, but it left you in this place where you're just kind of hanging around. You don't really know what to do, but you're also just resisting in this place. Yeah, it's just like this place of resistance, not really wanting to accept what the circumstances are, but also I hear you have to keep going. Like, you need to keep going for some reason. Show me more about the Tower. It's like somebody's like daydreaming instead of realizing, okay, this tower, lightning has struck, the tower has fallen. It's like they're pretending like it's not even there. It's like, I'm just gonna continue strategizing and doing what I can. I'm just not even going to accept this. I'm not even going to look at it, pretend like it's not even there. The Five of Cups is here. There is some type of sadness, some type of loss, some disappointment. More Scorpio energy. There's a lot of Scorpio energy. Maybe the full moon is bringing this out of you, or the full moon of Scorpio we just had is bringing this to the surface for you to deal with, because there's some feelings you haven't allowed yourself to work through. Some type of loss, sadness, disappointment, could be heartbreak even, but all is not lost. You just need to kind of get over what happened, and maybe that's why you're in this place of suspension, so that you can do that. Show me the Chariot. Show me the Chariot, please. Thank you. Page of Swords. Maybe you need to speak up about something. Maybe somebody wants to communicate with you, or you need to communicate with someone else. You need to go ahead and follow through with it. Just go for it. Just go ahead and do it. Anything else? It's like, speak up, ask your questions, pay attention. Because Page of Swords is very inquisitive. It's very honest. There's just a need to be honest and just be vocal. Like, say something. And make some type of action. Anything else for the Chariot? I just saw the Emperor. That is your card. Anything else for the Chariot? All right, that's it. Let's see anything else, if anything else wants to come out for the Five of Water and the Page of Water before I move on. Anything for the Five of Water? Ooh, Three of Swords and the Ten of Swords. Page of Water. Yeah, there was definitely some pain here. There could have been some betrayal, some heartbreak. Again, the deception is here. There could have been some lies. This could have been, you could have betrayed yourself again, but there's an ending of a cycle of that. Maybe you just haven't allowed yourself to work through those emotions, and you need to. Show me Page of Water. You need to allow yourself to work through those emotions. Maybe you don't know how you feel. Oh, this air energy. You could be beating yourself up about it mentally, just thinking about it over and over again. But these emotions or these thoughts could be resurfacing so that you can give it a go. Get a good look at it. Take a good look at it. You know, really get to the bottom of it. Maybe do a little shadow work. But there is a need to work through those emotions. But this can also represent healing. The Ten of Swords represents an ending. Like, so maybe there wasn't a painful ending that you experienced. Maybe there was a relationship that was lost as a result of some type of betrayal or heartbreak or pain or backstabbing, something like that. Or lies or fears. Anxiety. But I feel like that is coming to an end, or you are learning how to work through that. And if there was a cycle of betrayal and heartbreak, you're ending that. With the Seven of Cups here, clarifying the Page of Cups, I think that this just represents you having, like, your emotions being a little bit all over, not all over the place, but being a little bit confused, not really sure about how you feel. But there's also, just like I said, a need to be honest. Show me more about the Seven of Cups. Again, more Scorpio. Seven of Cups, please. Ace of Cups. Yeah, maybe you're being faced with choices. Maybe you have options before you, and maybe you just don't feel prepared to make a decision. But I think you should follow your heart with the Ace of Cups being here. You should definitely follow your heart. Go with the decision that you think leads you to the most love, or is going to bring you to love, or that allows you to be genuine and be who you are. You shouldn't have to be inauthentic or choose something that doesn't feel authentic to you. Let's look at decrease. Let's look at this. Show me decrease, please, for Aries. Thank you. Knight of Water. I love this card. It's so pretty. Knight of Wands. Yeah, I think it's gonna require more effort than you expected to give, and emotional effort. And you're not really an emotional person. Of course, we're all emotional, but you're a fire sign, not a water sign. So unless you have strong water placements, you're likely not an emotional person, or you just don't really deal with your emotions, or there's certain emotions you don't deal with. And I think this situation is going to require more from you. It's going to require more emotional effort from you. Show me more. Anything else for decrease or Aries? Oh, thank you. I'm actually getting jumpers. The Star card. I think there's going to be some emotional purging that needs to take place, but also you're going to have to give more love to yourself and maybe to whomever else this situation could be involving. But it's going to be very healing and cleansing for you, with the Star card being here. A lot of water, a lot of water. But the Star card represents rejuvenation, healing. You could be seeing a lot of synchronicities also, getting spiritual messages. But following your heart and doing what you love and doing what feels right to you is going to require more from you. And maybe you're just realizing it's going to require more than you thought. But as much as it takes for you to give, it's going to give you that and even much more, with the Star card being here, because that's that rejuvenation, that's that replenishment. So it's going to give you back even more than you give it. So it's well worth it. So let's look at these cards. Show me the Knight of Water. Knight of Water, please. Is this the King of Cups? It is the King of Cups. I think you do have a lot of love. I think expressing it and showing it and giving it and like inviting others to experience it is one thing, and you're learning how to do that. Show me more about the Knight of Water. Oh my gosh. Clear messages, please, Knight of Water. Oh my gosh. Knight of Water, please. Knight of Water. Thank you. I think this represents truth and clarity. I'll say you're dropping a burden. No longer, excuse me. No longer taking more responsibility for things than you need to. Dropping the burden of responsibilities that don't belong to you. Just doing too much, doing more than what's required. Not that you won't go above and beyond, but just like to the point where it's oppressing you or it's overwhelming you. You have clarity and you have truth and you have understanding that that's not for you. And you understand that you need all of you for you, because you realize how much you've missed out on learning how to how to express your emotions or how to be affectionate, because you've been taking on other responsibilities that you didn't necessarily need to. It's been hindering your growth in other areas, and now you're realizing that you have that truth, you have that clarity. Maybe that's what you've been losing. Maybe it's cost you relationships or affectionate, or not affectionate circumstances, but just like relationships or opportunities to experience love. Show me the Ten of Wands. Reverse. Oh, thank you. The Page of Cups. Yeah, maybe there was an opportunity in love, a new relationship, a new person, or even a child. Maybe you have a child And maybe you feel like you can't connect with your child because you don't know how to express emotions. The Emperor showed itself again. You keep wanting to come out. Let's go ahead and look at the Star card. Show me the Star card. The King of Cups came out again. You are going to ascend to this King of Cups energy. It's like you feel like, oh, I'll never be able to get to this level, or you feel like it's so hard to be able to give your love freely and to be generous and to be truly like to you. It's like you don't believe such a thing exists where you can truly be as loving and kind and really like let your guard down and be just open and loving and generous and show that side of yourself. It's like you don't believe that there's a safe place you can do that. The Nine of Swords, there's so much anxiety about that. Like you really just want to be that way. You know, you really just want to express yourself and be honest and be creative and be loving and kind and generous. You don't want to have to worry about getting hurt or backstabbed or someone either manipulating you into taking the load, you know, carrying the load of something to the point where it oppresses you or it's a burden for you. There's so much anxiety, there's so much worry, there's so much stress about either a masculine or being that masculine. Well, you probably are worried about some masculine. Keep in mind, we all have masculine and feminine energy, so it doesn't matter if it's male or female, but I know all of my viewers are likely females though. But yeah, it's like there's so much stress, so much worry about am I ever gonna have this love, this level of love, or obtain this level of being that energy. Show me the King of Cups. Let's see who the King of Cups is. Ooh, the Empress. I'm putting it back, but maybe you wonder if you'll ever be able to receive love. Show me the King of Cups. Who is the King of Cups? King of Cups, please. Could be dealing with a water sign. The King of Pentacles. This could be a level of security too. Just feeling secure in who you are. Maybe you understand that this requires a lot of work, and that worries you, that stresses you. It's like the amount of emotional work that it's going to take, the amount of hard work and just groundwork that it's going to take. Maybe you realize that it's going to take a lot, but it's not unattainable. Maybe that's just something that just gives you a lot of anxiety. It stresses you out. It worries you. Let's go ahead and get a Work Your Light card. I hate when it kind of ends like kind of open-ended. I hope this made sense, and I hope it gives you some clarity and helps. Any messages for Aries? Some of you could some of you could have 2 different people to choose from, and you know you're gonna lose one of them. This could also deal with your home with the Pentacles. Well, we got 2 cards here. Keepers of the Earth, you are not alone. Ancient ancestors stand beside you. And Imrama, where are you being called to journey to? So this is the first one. And this is the second one. I'm going to read them one by one. Hopefully this helps connect some dots. All right. You are not alone. Ancient ancestors stand beside you. You are so supported. You do not stand alone. You have a a magnificent team of helpers, both in this world and of the earth, who are here to help you every step of the way. Call upon them for reassurance. I'm sorry, I'm just making up stuff. Call upon them for assistance. They are here to help. The keepers of the earth acknowledge the work that you have done already and and are ready to work through you. They bow your feet and thank you for wanting to stand for them, to devote your life to protecting the earth in your unique way. It's time to increase your capacity to receive support in the physical realm. This can come in the form of financial abundance, acts of service from strangers, or people flocking to help you and your work. The only thing that is stopping you right now is your capacity to receive support. You deserve to be awarded for the work that you are doing. You do not need to go at it alone. Call upon the keepers of the earth to help you in your mission. Open your heart and your mind to receiving more than you ever thought was possible. What kind of support do you need? Call it in right away. The activation for this card is, I am open to receiving a whole new level of support in my life and my work, and I call it in now. Include any other specific requests here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So I feel like there is some type of support that you need, and it's like you don't feel like you're gonna have it, or there's a fear of losing it, and that fear is keeping you from getting it, because there's a lot of fear showing up in this reading, a lot of sadness, disappointment, anxiety. You do want something long-standing, solid, supportive, loyal, and compassionate. Okay, let's look at Imrama. Where are you being called to journey to? The Celtic Imrama means a journey of the soul, a voyage on which we don't know where we are going, but our souls know the way. If you pull this card, you are either being called on a soul journey or are already on one. It could be to a physical, ancient place or metaphorical. When we journey to places that our soul remembers, a shift takes place, both within us and to the planet as well. You are being called to journey to a place that is sacred to your soul. Perhaps it is to journey to the world's sacred sites, or called to cross the country, climb a mountain, lie on the desert floor, or drink from an ancient well. There are places to see and old friends to meet. I see spontaneous pilgrimages in your future. If a physical voyage isn't possible, journey through the portal of your heart. Follow the invisible trail and be willing to explore. Maybe read a book or watch a movie about a sacred time or place. Or perhaps you're being called to study an ancient lineage or body of work. Whatever your circumstances, your soul is ready to journey deep. The activation for this card is, may seeds of light long ago planted begin to rise. I am ready to remember ancient secrets from lands that my soul knows from times past. May I be held by the ancient lineages that my soul has served, and remember that I don't have to do it all alone. I do feel like there is something you are being called to do. And ultimately, your guides want you to just go and just be careful. Not be careful, but be attentive. Pay attention. Just pay attention. Ask questions. Be honest. Be inquisitive, but just do it. There could be some feelings that you still need to work through, or maybe you've spent too much time in mourning, or maybe you worked through some feelings and you just have stayed in this place. But I think there is going to be some emotional purging. But you could just be stuck planning and hanging around. There's a need for new perspective. With the Hangman also, you could be stuck in one perspective. So also, you may need to make a decision about something, but I think there is a need to just go. Just do it. Just move and be honest. Keep going. I hope that this was helpful. I truly hope it made sense. And I hope that you decide to subscribe, like, and tune in for future readings. Connect with me on social media. The links are below to do so. As well as if you want to book a personal reading with me. Or whatever. I always get tongue-tied at the end of the reading. Thank you so much for watching. Check out your sun, moon, rising, Venus, and Jupiter signs. And until next time, peace, love, and light. Bye.